did today on opening day.
Herm, the Lions were the highest scoring team in the NFL last season, and they got a late touchdown to clean up the final score a little bit. But what did you see with this game with the Lions and the Packers?
There's no rhythm in this offense. And you can say what you want. Ben Johnson had a lot to do with that. He's a great play caller, and obviously he had great communication and feel with Jared Goff, the quarterback. And this offense and this football team, when you think about it, the last time they played a regular season game, they got beat at home in a playoff game by the Commanders. I don't know if they've shaken that off yet. And now they go to Green Bay, a team that really needs to win this game because they're playing a division opponent. And remember this, the Green Bay Packers were 1-5 in a division last year. So this was an important game for both parties, a division game, but especially for the Green Bay Packers, knowing that they're playing a team that has won this division. Offensively, was scoring 33 points last year, average, and now today was a game like, what is this, right, when you watched them play?
Yeah, it did not look like the Detroit Lions on offense, that's for sure, and much of the credit obviously has to go to what Green Bay did on their defensive side of the ball. Let's hear from the Packers offense and their quarterback, Jordan Love. That's new on SportsCenter.
Yeah, like you said, I think everybody's just making plays. You know, when the ball came their way, obviously, like I said before, just going out there and winning their matchups on some of their routes and just executing at a high level. So, you know, that's always the test, is just coming in here and executing. And like you said, we had some guys banged up through camp and missed some practice time. So, you know, I missed some practice time, which is, you know, it's never ideal, but, you know, you got to find ways to, you know, stay focused and stay sharp throughout the week. And I think those guys have done a great job of that. And obviously came to the field and just got to go out there and make those plays.
Jordan, it took until the fourth quarter for Micah Parsons getting that sack there. Kind of what did you think about his impression during his first game in the green and gold jersey?
Yeah, I think you know, I think he was limited in some of the opportunities, and he was definitely out there on third downs. And obviously, you know, the offense is going to have a plan to try and, you know, put as many hands on him as possible. But you know, I think he was definitely making an impact, and his presence was felt out there on the field. And you know, I think our whole defense was doing a great job. You know, D-line was getting pressure and making, you know, Goff get the ball out, some checkdowns, things like that. And they're rallying and making plays. So I think they did a good job of taking away those big explosive plays.
When you talked about how important it was for the team to get off to a good start, how about you individually? Is it personally important to have a game like this to start the season?
For sure. You know, for me, for everybody. That's what I said. That's the goal. That was our mindset coming in, is we got to start fast. And obviously, you know, everything starts with me. Be able to go out there and, you know, be as accurate as possible and make great decisions with the ball. So I think we did a great job. And, yeah, I'm definitely happy about the way we were able to get rolling early, make some big-time plays.
Jordan, it didn't look like your thumb affected you in any way. Did it at all that we wouldn't have noticed? Or how did you kind of approach it today?
No, you know, the thumb felt good. You know, I had no issues with it. Obviously, was able to do everything with my left hand. So, you know, just approached it like a normal day. And obviously a big test, coming to see how it would do with getting hit and things like that. But I think, you know, I didn't really take too many hits today. So, you know, thumb was good.
Do you know how many more weeks you'll need to wear? You'll have to wrap it up.
It'll be for a couple more weeks for sure. So it was like 8 weeks post-surgery. So it'll be for a while.
Jordan, what happened on the...
From the current Packers quarterback to a former Packers quarterback a couple teams ago, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers take it on Justin Fields and the Jets, basically the clubs. And what a start for Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh, making a splash. His 35th career game with 4 passing touchdowns. That ties Peyton Manning for third most in NFL history. Now he only trails Brady and Breeze. Rodgers, the first Steelers player to have 4 through the air since Big Ben back in 2020. Here's the quarterback now.
I love beating everybody. So it doesn't matter who it is. I really only played 18 games here. So I was actually talking to Brees about that pregame. He said, how's it feel? I said, honestly, I was here for 2 years, but it doesn't come close to how it's going to feel playing Green Bay, because that was, you know, 18 years of my career. So it was nice to win, especially, you know, hearing some of the cat calls out there, and the boo birds. You know, I'm not sensitive about that. I expected that, you know, kind of like that. But there were probably people in the organization didn't think I could play anymore. So it was nice to remind those people that I still can.
You spoke about the meeting with Aaron Glenn on McAfee a few months ago. beating him, is there significance in that since he basically told you to your face that he didn't think you were right for that team?
Yes, that's what he did.
So there's significance in beating him for you?
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets.
All right, he's not going to go there. The context of that, by the way, is Rodgers had to fly cross-country to have a meeting with Aaron Glenn, and in the first minute, Glenn said, we're going to go in another direction, and I don't think Rodgers particularly like that. Who would? Mike, what did you see? The Jets are probably like, where was this Aaron Rodgers when he was wearing our uniform?
Look, Aaron Rodgers played well. He threw 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. That really bodes well for the Steelers. But he's 41 years old. He was sacked 4 times today. It is not sustainable. The Pittsburgh Steelers have 4 offensive linemen who have 3 years less of experience, and that could matter because he cannot get hit as many times as he did today. So while it was a great win, it was a great game. And by the way, Mike Tomlin talked about how good Chris Boswell was, a 56 and 60-yarder, Dave. He was probably the difference of the game. I was encouraged by the Steelers, but I'm also concerned about its sustainability because of the fragility of a quarterback who's 41.
What surprised me a little bit about this game, Herman, is that Mike Tomlin talked about his defense, and he said, I expect historic things from this unit this season. They give up 32 points to the Jets. Doesn't qualify as historic. What did you make of the Steelers' defense in this game?
Yeah, well, when you think about the Steelers' defense, you can go back to the last 5 weeks of play for the Steelers, and their defense was not very good. And that was the concern going into camp. They needed to upgrade and play better defensively. That was not the case again today. It was basically Aaron Rodgers bailed them out by throwing 4 touchdown passes against a really good defense, against the Jets defense that was ranked 3rd in the National Football League last year. So I think the Pittsburgh Steelers still has work needs to be done, but you have Aaron Rodgers, and Mike made the point. He can't get hit a lot, but if you allow him to throw the football, he can make plays. I mean, this is what he can do. He can still throw the football, but you got to keep him upright.
His age 42 season off to a great start. Again, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for Aaron Rodgers. Mike, I know you're leaving. Herman, you're sticking around to the bitter end here until 8:30 Eastern time. Let's get back into Micah Parsons. This guy finished today's game against the Lions with 29 snaps on defense, so he was out of pitch count. He got 3 pressures, and he got a late sack. Double team 23% of the time, the highest rate of any Packers edge rusher for the game. Rashawn Gary had 1.5 sacks from the other side. Let's go live here now to Micah Parsons.
You know, I got to coach show them that I can beat their best, and that's what happened. But, you know, that's going to be a rivalry for the next 4 or 5 years. I'm not going to be able to get rid of him. He's a hell of a player. I told him, I said, you're my new rivalry now. Like, I don't got Lane no more. It's going to be you. I'm going to see you twice a year, so we might as well buckle up. It's going to be a long one. So,
what did you see to make that move inside on that play? What was the read on that to cut it inside?
I ain't see a slide. I just told Kobe. Kobe said, I got you. So I said, just stay into the 2-eye, power to guard, and I knew I had a one-on-one, and I knew it was a crucial down. So just being where they at, and he gave me exactly what I needed to see.
What was it like both just physically and emotionally out there for you today?
Physically, obviously draining. That was like my first game of just constant snaps, repetition, things like that. So obviously I got to, recover, do everything I need to do to get ready for Thursday. But emotionally, I couldn't be more happy, to get my first win in Lambeau, having amazing fans, just everything overall. It was just a one-on-one experience for me. And, I told J-Lo that's our first win, and I can't wait to keep stacking. We got a long way to go.
What did you see from the defense just as a whole today with the D-line and then obviously not allowing a touchdown until the 4th quarter?
Yeah, I know. I think you look at that defense, a lot of people underestimated those young guys that was going to step up, with the trade. And you see D-Wad and you see Kobe, them guys stepping up in the run. I think how many times they rushing, we have them to 50 yards rushing. So we got some real dogs up front, and it allows me to take my time, get all the way back. You see Van Ness, you see KB, you see Rashawn. I don't got to be in a rush to get back. This team is so loaded, and the sky's the limit, and I think we're going to be a really good football team.
What does that do for you guys when the offense gets off to such a fast start that you can go out there and have that momentum on defense?
I just think hey, let's just set it off. We do what we do. We keep getting it back, flipping the field, even the punter wheeling, just doing what he has to do. It's just complimentary, and it just gives us even more confidence. We know what type of quarterback we got, running back, type of offense we have for Coach LaFleur. So we know if we could get them that ball back, then we can do what we love to do, and that's get after the quarterback, which we did a good job of tonight.
Mike, I'm sure this has been a whirlwind last week for you. What are you feeling as you're running off the field there with Jordan pumping up the crowd?
Yeah, I'm just happy, bro. I think it's back to what football is need to be. The trade is done. We got to win. We're 1-0. Now I'm around some really great guys, a really great organization, a really great fan base, and a really great football team. So now we can put all the nonsense beside. I'm healthy. I'm able to get off the field and get ready for another game Thursday night and just keep trying to win games and just be what ball's about.
Your health